Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Sunday, 23rd of February 2025. February 23 is Defender of the Fatherland Day. Today, the CSTO states Republic of Belarus, Kyrgyz Republic, Russian Federation, and Republic of Tajikistan honor defenders of the fatherland. In the Soviet Union, February 23 was celebrated as the Day of the Soviet Army and Navy. 23rd February is celebrated as the World Peace and Understanding Day. It is also a day when several important events in Indian history occurred, including the signing of the Treaty of Seringapatam in 1792. Actually, what are the events happening on February 23 in Indian history? Including in 1768, the Nizam accepted British supremacy and signed a peace treaty with the British. In 1792, Tipu Sultan signed the Treaty of Seringapatam, ending the Third Mysore War. In 1843, Narendranath Sen, a famous journalist, was born. Other notable events happened on the same day, February 23, are in 532 Byzantine Empire. Justinian I laid the foundation stone of the Hagia Sophia in Constantinople. In 1455, the Gutenberg Bible, the first Western book painted with the movable type, was published. In 1820, the Cato Street Conspiracy, a plot to murder all the British cabinet ministers, was exposed. In 1836, the siege of Alamo began in San Antonio between the American soldiers and the Mexican forces. Starting the newspaper with the world news, including white Israeli fighter jets fly over the funeral of Hezbollah chief in Beirut. Russia launches war's largest drone attack on Ukraine, Kyiv says. German election results 2025 live updates. Country heads to polls at a crucial juncture amid protests against the incumbent Chancellor Scholz. Pope Francis had a tranquil night in the hospital following a respiratory crisis, Vatican says. German election 2025, know all about the German election as Germans vote in the high-stakes poll today. Trump against the attacks USA claims US dollar 18 million came to India to help with elections. Now starting the newspaper with the Hindu. Tens of thousands attend the Beirut funeral of Hezbollah leader Nasrallah 5 months after his killing. A trailer carrying the coffins or containing the bodies of the Hezbollah former leader Hassan Nasrallah and his cousin and successor Hashim Safieddine drives through the crowd at the beginning of the funeral procession in the Sports Stadium in Beirut, Lebanon on February 23, 2025. Hassan Nasrallah was one of the Hezbollah's founder and led it for more than 30 years, enjoying wide influence among Iran-backed groups in the region. Tens of thousands of people packed into the stadium in Beirut on early Sunday, February 23, 2025, to attend the funeral of Hezbollah former leader Hassan Nasrallah. Nearly 5 months after he was killed in Israeli airstrike, Nasrallah died after Israel's Air Force dropped more than 80 bombs on the militant group's main operation room in the southern suburb of the Lebanese capital. His death was a major blow for the Iran-backed group that led the leader transformed into the potent force in the West Asia. Israel ramps up West Bank offensive, says troops to remain in some areas for the coming year. A military vehicle moves outside the Israeli military prison of near Ramallah in the Israeli-occupied West Bank. Israel says it is scaling up a weeks-long offensive in the occupied West Bank, sending in tanks to a militant stronghold and pledging to keep troops in the place for the next year in areas where the Palestinians have fled. Israel said Sunday, February 23, 2025, it was scaling up a weeks-long offensive in the occupied West Bank, sending in tanks to a militant stronghold and pledging to keep troops in the place for the next year in areas where the Palestinians have fled. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said he had instructed the military to prepare to remain in some of the West Bank's refugee camps, from where he said some 40,000 Palestinians had fled, leaving the area's tired residents. He said in a statement he had ordered the military to prepare for an extended stay in the camps that were cleared for the coming year and to not allow the return of residents or for terror to grow again. Israel launched a new offensive on the city of Jenin on January 21, 2 days after the ceasefire that paused the war in the Gaza took effect, and then deep into include other areas nearby among the urban refugee camps that house the descendants of Palestinians who fled their homes in the war with the Israeli decades ago. According to the Hindustan Times newspaper, states that Assam rifles seized 622.5 kg of explosives, apprehend 3, including 2 women. During the operation, troops intercepted a vehicle traveling from Zawal to Sakarachutun and conducted through a search leading to the discovery of the explosives. Zawal, the Assam Rifles apprehended 3 individuals, including 2 women, and seized 4,980 sticks of emulsion explosives weighted approximately 622.5 kg on Friday on the outskirts of Zawal, the capital of the Mizoram police said. Acting on intelligence inputs regarding the presence of explosives in Sakawretuchon, Zawal, the Assam Rifles set up a mobile vehicle checkpost MVCP on Sakawretuchon Road on February 21, said an officer. 5 cheetahs released in the MP's Kono National Park, bringing total to 12. Jawala and her 4 cubs born in India in January 2024 were released into the wild on Friday. Bhopal 5 cheetahs, Jawala and her 4 cubs were released into the Madhya Pradesh Konos National Park, bringing to the total number of cheetahs in the park to 12. This release in the Kajori forest of the Hera tourist zone on Friday follows the successful release of 7 cheetahs over the past 2 months. Jawala and her 4 cubs born in India in January month of 2024 were released into the wild after the success of the previous cheetah release, the forest officials said. Now going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, good if we get Russian crude, but no major concern if we don't. BPCL Director Refiner Sanjay Khanna. Sanjay Khanna talks about oil imports and energy security, BPCL's expansion plans, decarbonization and its energy transition and evolution path, edited experts. BPCL Director Refiner Sanjay Khanna. India United States make a good side at different costs, not competitors. Commerce Minister Goyal on the United States tariff threats. Speaking at the ABP News Ideas of India Summit, Goyal said that India and the United States are not in competition, as the United States economy has a per capita income of $80,000, whereas India per capita income is $3,000. Goyal said while responding to a question on fears among the Indian industry regarding the United States President Donald Trump's tariff threats. Good if we get Russian crude, but no major concern if we don't. BPCL Director Refiner Sanjay Khanna. Sanjay Khanna talks about oil imports and energy security, BPCL expansion plans, decarbonization and its energy transition and evolution path, edited experts once again. According to the science and tech, we have how does space travel affect astronaut health? As the researchers seek new countermeasures to protect space travelers, more data is needed on astronauts with varying health backgrounds and are taking different kinds of missions. The human body evolved over millions of years to function optimally in the Earth's environment, not space. The human body was not built for space flight with its microgravity conditions. Exposure to high energy radiations and other issues as a result of trekking beyond the Earth's confines causes many physiological changes that affect an astronaut's health. Here's an explanation of some of the effects on human health caused by the space travel. Now let's go ahead. Condensed matter, a big piece of physics. 3 most common phases of matter are visible of this image: solid earth, liquid water, and the vapor mist encircling the waterfall. Condensed matter physics research has already given us semiconductors, optic fibers, lasers, nanofabrication, new chemical reactions, and quantum computing. Condensed matter physics is one of the largest, most active branches of the contemporary physics research. Simply speaking, a scientist in this field study the properties and behavior of the solid and liquid matter. Not so simply speaking, scientists here are interested in the behavior of large collections of particles that are interacting strongly with each other. Such interactions are optional and infrequent in cases. Because of the size and scope, condensed matter physics has numerous subcategories. For example, a branch of the electronic condensed matter is concerned with how electrons behave in solids and liquids. Research on semiconductors would belong here. Likewise, magnetic condensed matter studies different kinds of magnets and magnetism. Soft matter physics studies objects that are easily deformed but not broken. Like biological tissue, nanoscience studies very small objects that can display both classical and quantum properties in the same setting. Such work won the Nobel Prize for Chemistry in 2023. For example, superfluidity studies solid and liquids that flow without resistance, like the electrons in superconductor and so on. Such research has already given us, among other things, modern computing, optical fibers, lasers, nanofabrication, and novel chemical reactions to synthesize new materials. Conserving wetland for the future. Wetland ecosystem directly and indirectly benefit millions of the people, offering various goods and services. Providing habitats for a wide range of species, functioning as a national water filters, and assisting in alleviating the impacts of the climate change. These are just some of the reasons for us to be conserving wetlands. Wetlands are the regions of the land that are generally saturated with water. However, when the rain causes water to pool down on land, it does not constitute a wetland. More specifically, wetlands are areas where water either covers the soil or is found at or near the soil surface year-round or for fluctuating periods throughout the year. These ecosystems encompass marshes, swamps, peatlands, lagoons, mangroves, and floodplains. Wetlands provide habitats for a wide range of species, function as natural water filters, and assist in alleviating the impacts of climate change. Now, at last, there's a famous quotation said by famous, scientist of India, space scientist, who is known by his famous name, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, whose full name was Ol Pakir Jalabdin Abdul Kalam, birth anniversary 15th of October 1931 up 27th July 2015. Was an Indian aerospace scientist and statesman who served as the President of India from 2002 to 2007. Born and raised in a Muslim family in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu, he studied physics and aerospace engineering. Spent the next 4 decades as a scientist and a science administrator, mainly in the Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO) and Indian Space Research Organization (ISRO), and was intimately involved in India's civilian space program and military missile development efforts. He was known as the Missile Man of India for his work on the development of ballistic missile and launch vehicle technology. He also played a pivotal organizational, technical, and political role in India's comprehensive nuclear tests. 1998, the second test was seen as the first nuclear test by India in 1974. Kalam was elected as the President of India in 2002 with the support of the both ruling party, Janata Party, and the then opposed Indian National Congress. He was widely reported as the People's President. He engaged in teaching, writing, and public service after his presidency. He was a recipient of several awards, including the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian honor. While delivering a lecture at University of Manipur, Kalam collapsed and died from apparent cardiac arrest on 27th July 2015, aged 83. Thousands attended the funeral ceremony held in the hometown of Rameshwaram, where he was buried with the full state honors, and memorial was inaugurated in his hometown in 2017. Mr. Kalam says a very famous quotation. He says that I suggest 4 aspects of good performance: aim in life, acquire knowledge, hard work, and perseverance. He also says that never stop fighting until you arrive at your destined place. That is the unique you. Have an aim in life, continuously acquire knowledge, work hard, and perseverance to realize the great life. Okay. Thank you.